and welcome to another Office Hours event with me, Emil, your host, Dima here, and Nikolai, who are my great guests who are usually not talked to enough, but this is a great occasion to actually do that. Um, and how you guys doing?
I think we need to rebrand this. It's not office hours, it's room hours or living room hours, being a remote company. So
I know. I mean, it's just I thought about rebranding this sort of event and gathering several times, but it's just it feels like if we're someone else, no one will actually understand what it is and will think that it's just
what living room? Why what do you want from
exactly. But anyway, so please, the folks who already join us, write something in the chat. Tell us hello. Raise a hand or something. Let us know that you are here. Where are you joining us from? And what is the time for you? I'm also going to release this last call message on our Discord. So everyone who not really into preparing could could just click the link to this YouTube streams. Just say hi in the chat. Let us know that you are here, and we will start. Nikolai and Dima, you can do it as well. I mean, if you
I don't know where can I write things.
we have Wish Chu here. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Uh, Duolo, um, Kurishai. Hi. Thank you all for joining. Uh, all right, so let's start. Let's begin. We're going to discuss the recent events and the recent releases that we have, and what is upcoming, the projects that we are working on, as well as a few frequently asked questions that we had across different channels. So let's dive in. Dima, can you share with us about the 022, which I know that it's kind of already somewhere in the release phase, but not actually. So
Yeah, sure. So the version is actually already finalized. We're just waiting for another change that is a bit more related to performance that we would love to pack together with this version. So this is going to be part of it. I believe today or tomorrow we kind of finalizing some less testing on our staging environment, and then we will be rolling the new version out. So really looking forward to it. And yeah, I think for from the previous version, I don't think if we also had a chance to kind of go over 21 briefly, which we can quickly review some of the latest changes there because I think we've missed.
we absolutely can. We absolutely can.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, so what we can do here is the following. So let's share my screen so we can quickly. I will do a very brief 21 review, and then we can go and discuss some of the interesting things about version number 22.
Amazing.
So in the previous version, we actually removed the multi-providers feature flag, meaning that the multi-provider configuration is accessible for all of our users. This was already part of our cloud deployment for quite a while, but it was an extra step to actually do this um, on the actual local deployment, which you are running. So now it's available for everyone, beginning of the previous version. So this is specifically mostly relevant for people who are self-hosting Novu, which is also really, really cool. Um, Another small thing that the notification center is previously was supporting versions up to 15, and now it's supporting versions 15 upfront and up, including I think 16. And I don't remember which was the latest version, but we got kind of a broader version support out there, which is also quite nice for people who are using our notification center component out there. We had some improvements, including the actor configurations as part of the system variables, which is also got requested by us from some people who are using the actor functionalities. And For anyone who is not aware of the actor functionality, basically working with an actor allows you to um, set up the person who performs the actual action. So let's say I'm liking Emil's post and I am the actor of the action. So what we can use it for, we can actually use it as part of the icon, for example, in the notification center. We can use the actor's details, for example, actor.first name or last name or any other attributes for this particular person. And also, it is possible when performing a topic or a fan out algorithm, we want to exclude the actor. So this actor can be also used to exclude to make sure we're not sending a message to myself about something that I did. Um, so this is regarding the actor system variables, which are really, really nice. Last version was also tagged with quite a lot of community improvements from Hacktoberfest. So we are still also in this version. There are going to be quite a lot of changes around these areas. But one of the things that was released from Hacktoberfest from the last time is a bit better brand logo management functionalities, including removing and updating the actual logo, which was previously not very clear how to do, and also not possible to remove a logo once you actually uploaded it. So you could only replace it. So that's big shout out to Michal from Lublin, Poland, which has been working with us for quite a while. And thank you so much for contributing to this one. New provider, this is, you can take a look at it a bit later. We've put out all the organization endpoints to be able to actually work with them using an API key. So those are available as part of our REST API interface. And this is something that was requested by some of our users. So this is currently available here. Yeah, so this is very briefly on 21. There's been quite a huge list of a lot of small improvements, bug, and smaller functionalities that are available here. And we had quite a nice list of first-time contributors, and even higher list. I think it was more than 30 people part of this version release. So thanks
I think it's
for
been
everyone.
growing, or at least really stabilized. I mean, after Oktoberfest and everything.
Yeah, this version is going to be like we can do a very quick we can do a very quick test. I'm not sure if I will be able to see it very quickly, but let's do a swap. Not sure if I will be able to see it. No, I won't be able to see it here. But yeah, it's I believe there's been even more. I think in this release, maybe less or more. So we'll see. So the actual version candidate is available here, so you can see that it's been quite a lot of things happening here. And there's been quite a lot of changes and contributors since the last month. So looking forward to it.
Thanks to everyone who is actively joining us and also contributing in issues, in even providing feedback, and just making us be on our toes regarding our product and how we can just keep improving this in every way possible.
Yeah, 100%. So let's go maybe for a few things that kind of worth mentioning. And the first one, which we will be rolling out in 22, is basically related a bit. It's partially related to the multi-tenancy, but is also something that can be used quite in a standalone manner, I would say. And this is basically the variants for different steps inside the system. Basically, how the variants work is for each individual step inside Novu, we are able to create a variant that is basically going to be executed on a specific functionality set, on a specific rule set, right? And also, I can see here we have Gali and we have maybe Biswa also as part of this team who have been working on this functionality, which next time we should bring them up. We're doing internal demos, and the last demo was quite cool. And I think we can get also Gali and Biswa and the team out here because they're doing it much better than me, I must say. But I'll try to do grace with their work here. So basically, we can specify a different rule set, and this can be based on different parameters. So let's say if the user is currently online, we want to do a bit of a different content, let's say, or we have a specific tenant that requires a legal modifications to an email or some textual content we will be putting out there. And this can also be based on the subscriber. So let's say we have a subscriber which is a premium user, or a subscriber who like from a different category. And again, all of those things can be kind of dynamically selected here. So you can specify different conditions for a given rule set. So for now, let's do like a test and test. So once we specify the actual conditions for a given variant, we can actually apply this thing. And what will open for us is during here, we can actually see that we are working on the second variant right now. And we have different things like we can configure the name of this variant. And we also can specify a different content or even step configuration that will be applied for this variant specific. Now, when I'm sending the different configuration here, what we can see is that we will see the different variants we're seeing here as part of the actual step here. So I can see that we have the in-app, and for the in-app, we can see we have two variants, right, available. And each variant also has a root step. So the root step will be executed if none of the variants has been matched. So let's say we have some default email content or different email design, default email design that will be delivered for all of our users. But for specific tenants or for specific rule sets, we want to override this behavior and actually use one of the existing variants here. So this can be used for quite a lot of different use cases, including multi-tenancy, including things like translation management, customizations based on the actual subscriber or tenant data. And we've seen different kind of stories and thoughts of some of our early adopters for this testing bed for this feature about some different ways this can be applied into. And previously, this was only been available by creating a new node and putting filters on it. And you couldn't really create any default behaviors, and it was very easy to miss a specific condition, and then basically none of the messages would be delivered. And we've saw people with like 20 or 30 different variations available, and the whole workflow was looking very confusing. And in some cases, people also use multiple workflows to achieve kind of a similar behavior when filters and steps wasn't available. So this is a really uh, like very dynamic functionality, and I'm really happy to kind of putting it out there. And will be also combined with other things like translation management in the future and kind of creating different versions of a single message. So yeah, that's the variants functionality in general.
By the way, do we want also to mention the translation management project right now, kind of in this section, or should we talk about it a bit later? What do you think?
Yeah, sure, we can definitely talk about it. So basically looking at the upcoming before holidays, we will be releasing basically the initial version for some selected customers to kind of play around and play with the translation management functionality. If we have some people out here that would love to get early access for the translation management functionality, we can feature flag this to your account so you can start playing around with it. And we will be releasing the initial version, and then basically the first more stable version will be available around, let's say, around January. I would say mid-January. This is something that this is what we can expect for the translation management.
All right.
There's already, I think, for people following us up, there's quite a lot of different PRs available. We have the feature branch already part of the open PR, so there is quite extensive work around the translation management module, and hopefully soon we will be able to showcase this to all of our users.
All right. So what else do we have in the 0.22?
So we've done quite significant work also around performance optimization, specifically for higher scale systems. This is kind of an internal redesign. This really shouldn't be kind of interactive in any way, or ideally you won't even notice this. But basically, there's been a lot of internal work around how we are handling queues, how we are connecting to the Redis instance, how many connections are we establishing. So there's been quite a significant chunk of work in there, which will also be included in the 22 version. Another very interesting project that is currently running right now, which is more around specifically for people who are utilizing Novu for a higher scale amounts, and this is around the rate limiting mechanism. This is something that is currently, we will be released again under feature flag, and we will provide quite an extensive grace period for people to allow to adjust their application. But this is specifically for the self-hosted users and also for our cloud users to provide a better guides to make sure that we are implementing and using the system in a way that it can work for them, and also protecting the downstream services, which is very important for people also who are self-hosting Novu around the cloud, the private cloud implementation, which is also going to be released as part of this release. What else? One thing that I believe we can chat maybe about, and Nikolai, maybe let me know what you think, which can be really interesting. This is not necessarily going to be part of the 22 version, but we are working on redesigning basically the main kind of page hierarchy and the different layout design we have. One of the things that we've noticed from people is that it's a bit confusing to understand what is under an environment, what is not, what's in an organization level, and kind of creating a mental model of where things are inside the layout navigation. And Nikolai has been working with the team of iterating over different ideas of how we can actually achieve a new layout that can be a bit more understandable for our users. And I think it could be a good place maybe to showcase some of the initial work around this, and maybe to hear your perspective, and just to showcase it, and we can see where it goes. Nikolai, do you want to share screen?
Yeah, sure. Let me share screen.
Let's hope the stream is not going to freeze.
All right. Do you see my screen? Do you see
Now we
Sigma?
do. Now we do, yeah.
Okay, and you can hear me, right? Because I don't see you. I'm
Yes,
looking at the
yes, we can
feed.
hear you and see your screen.
All right. So, hello, community. I'm glad to present my draft design. So, we wanted to tackle one of the issues. We wanted to update our organization switcher. Maybe let me show how it looks now. So you can switch organization underneath the menu. And this is something that was bothering me. And also I've heard some of the feedback from the community. Also some contributors wanted to participate. So we finally found the time to work on this. And as soon as we started to work on organization dropdown, so with the ability to add and edit new organizations, we realized that we want to tackle much more things. And as Dima already said, like we wanted to group the menu in a way that it would be more useful, and also place the features that users use most, and some of the pages that related mostly to the settings put into the settings. So bear with me. This is a mocks of UI of creating new organization. So now it's on the top, and when you create an organization, you can create another one. You can store your workflows inside the organization. You can add. Currently, it's a draft name. I didn't change it. Like we were thinking to rename it to the project maybe, but now it will be the organization. So you wanna enter the name. Let's say you want a workspace for the engineering. So you want to create organization for engineering. You define the name, you save it, and we generate the colored schema for the logo to help you distinguish one organization from another. And also, this is not just one update that we're planning to do. We also plan to group all of the menus, all of the pages that related to the environment around the environment. And now you can choose between development and production. Potentially, the drop-down give us an ability to expand the amount of environments, and we are also curious if our users willing to have more than 2 environments, like maybe staging and some tech environment, I don't know. And we also grouped everything that more global in settings and in the integrations and the Get Started page. We're also working on the update of the Get Started page, but it's another topic. So you can see the development and production versions of the menu, and also you can go to the settings from the top menu, or you have a shortcut from clicking to the avatar. You can go to the settings page, and in the settings page you will see the settings related to the users. So you can see that you can specify a security things like email, password, and also log out from all the settings. We're also planning to add SSO in the future, so it will live here for now. And also you can adjust settings that related to the organization. And moreover, if you need to edit multiple organization settings, you can just use the drop down. You can just click and select another organization, and you will see the organization settings of, for example, you want to edit marketing, branding, and also you want to change something in the engineering, so you can just use the drop down to switch. Also, we plan to have environment page, and we want to make a kind of a small survey. We want to know how many users, what's the demand of having more than 2 environments. So we will use a survey pop-up in here to specify it, so feel free to use it. And also some drafts designs related to the API case. We want to have this page as a separate page to more discoverability, so you can easily click on the API case and copy it. This is my experiments of having a multiple API case. For now, it's not possible. For now, you will see something like this. Yeah. And also, this is not finished yet, but I want to redesign we have a really nice feature in bound face webhook, but not so many users use it, like, because it's not clear how to connect it, and it's also not clear how to find it. That's why we decided to highlight it in the separate page. So this is a work in progress. I'm thinking of how to approach the instruction for the user, how to connect in both face webhook. So yeah, I think that's pretty it for the for this update. And also one more thing, it's not gonna, we don't know if it will be in the same release, but this is my old dream to improve the navigation across the product. So once we release these updates, we will be able to also release the breadcrumbs navigation that will help you to understand where are you now, are you in the settings, or are you in the workflow, in which workflow, what organization, what the environment. So stay tuned for more updates for navigations. Yeah, that's it from my side. Yes.
Nikolai, we have a question here from one of the users. Any
Yeah,
changes in the
sure.
theme of Novu for the 2024?
Any changes in the theme?
In the theme, yeah. I mean, like we have this design that we have now of how Novu looks and perceived.
Yeah, I got it. It's a brilliant question. Actually, yes, we do have plans to update color schemas for Novu. Currently, we're building this new design system. We're building an update, and we want to implement the modern design system approach, which called tokens, which allows you to change colors on the fly. We will update color schemas for the black them. Also, we want to update it for the white one. This will be two themes that we're going to introduce some on the first part of 2024, and later on we will add. I don't know. It depends on demand. You can vote for that. So it would be easy for us to add multiple themes. Like we can play around with colors because this new design system would allow us to change colors on the fly wherever we want. And like it's also would be interesting for those who interested in some particular color schema. For example, you want to make Novu as a product itself, like a product that looks the same as your product that you're using, so you can customize color easily. And it would be not just colors, it would be new fonts, it would be multiple language support across the, I would say, across the universe, because we're going to use default font for all the, for the Mac, for the Windows, for Linux. And there will be a huge updates in the next year. Yeah, I'm can't wait for that.
Sounds really good. Are there any other things that Dima, you or Nikolai wanted to maybe also use the stage to share or to discuss or to announce?
Yeah, so I think, we can also give some time if there are any questions for us and would love to answer. I think Nikolai also mentioned, and sorry, I had to go for a second, but in terms of things, that we're currently evaluating, looking at things like the onboarding improvements that we're simplifying a bit and kind of creating, iterating over some of the things you've learned previously. So this is another thing that is currently kind of occupying our minds. And we recently also had a fantastic session with the team about some of kind of reflection back and trying to figure out some of the things that have been requested by community members, some blockers, some things that we would love to improve. And we're kind of before the end of the year trying to do some reflection on the past year back, and also planning our work and priorities for beginning of 2024 before we are heading up for the end of year holidays here. Part of the team won't be available, and we're kind of trying to wrap some things and start the new year with some new goals and things that we'll be looking forward to do. So that's from my end.
So I
Yeah,
just
I cannot. Sorry for interrupting. I just want to add a few cents to what Dima just said, like, because I'm super excited how we grow the culture of communication between each other within the company. So it's not just product manager building the roadmap and everyone building it. It's everyone in the team influence on the roadmap, and everyone opinion is valuable. We're discussing stuff, and it's like sometimes some interesting thoughts goes from the unexpected direction. So it was, I would say, it's a modern way of building products to closely communicate between product and development.
Yeah, and I think for us is in the end, like, we're building a tool for developers, and I think kind of getting the inputs from the community, getting the inputs from fellow contributors or for team members. I think this is they are the users of this system in the end, and I think kind of getting those perspectives from sometimes things we wouldn't expect coming from. So I think those are the areas we can learn more about, and things that I sometimes have a specific perspective, and then suddenly it's like, whoa, it's kind of opening your eyes to see how people are using Novo also in different ways and in different scenarios and in different technical use cases, product use cases, which is quite awesome.
Yeah, actually, sometimes I'm reading some of the feedback from the community, and I'm with you. Wait, I'm gonna ship it. I'm gonna ship it soon. Yeah, it's actually my first experience of working so closely with the community, and it's I think it's huge advantage of building products with you guys. So we see your voices, we see your opinion, If something is not shipping, that means that you need to wait for a bit, and we will build it.
Bottom line, the way that the community and you who are watching this can influence the actual priorities and what is actually sitting and bothering Nikolai or Dima here is by going to the roadmap page and just to upvote the features that you are interested in, or submit new features and requests that they could just take, digest, review, go over, and put it in the plans for the future cycles and the future releases. So this is literally the way that you can influence this. And of course, that every conversation that we are having with you and every concern or issue that you are raising over Discord or even over X, Twitter. It's something that we notice, and we try to notice everything, and we try to make sure that nothing is getting missed or not addressed. So just keep on doing that, and I think that the opportunity also to get maybe early access for some features that the team is releasing is also really great, and it would get you even more closer to us in terms of how much we would like to speak with you and to actually get your experience from this. So make sure just to utilize this opportunity, and we would really greatly appreciate that. Yeah, so if we don't have any further questions, I think that we could wrap this session. And please make sure that if you have some requests or some things that you would like us to address during this office hours event that currently is happening every 3 weeks, just make sure to submit it somewhere. Maybe DM me, DM Dima or Nikolai, and or somewhere on Discord, and we'll make sure to include this, as well as every guide, every documentation piece, recipe, cookbook, like anything that we might do and work on to make you feel, make you achieve the success that you're striving with Novu faster. So just help us help you, all right? All right, so, and with that, let's just wrap this up. Thank you all for joining. Dima, thank you for all the insights and the overview of the releases. And then Nikolai, thank you also for sharing with us an overview of what is coming ahead. And it's a real pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, and thanks for your opinion, guys.
All right, bye bye. Have a good day.